Hey y'all, hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shay. Today's pick a card reading is going to be for 2022. Everything you need to know from your blessings to your lessons to your love life of the new year. Period. But before we pick your card, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Keen. Keen is an online psychic service that gives you access to vetted psychics and spiritual advisors from the comfort of your own home. Because Keen is an online psychic service, there's always someone to talk to you 24/7. I started using Keen this year to get me through some really tough times and when I really just needed some good advice, and they have always delivered and even predicted some big events and people that have come into my life. It was comforting to know that I could schedule an appointment with an advisor super easy for an affordable price so quickly. To get started on the Keen website or the mobile app, whatever you prefer, you just have to answer a quick survey, and this is just to match you up with the right advisor. From there, you'll be able to message or chat with the advisor that'll be able to help you with your love issue, career issue, or whatever other issue that you need clarity on. You can try your first 10 minutes with Keen for $1.99 at the link listed on the screen, and you can also find that link in my comment section below. I'll go ahead and pin it. After that, the pricing will vary depending on the advisor that you choose, but no worries, it is backed by a satisfaction guarantee. Another tip for using Keen is once you find the right advisor, stick with them. Creating that ongoing relationship with an advisor helps them to better read into your energy and give you even more accurate advice moving forward. Once you sign up, Keen will send you a discount every single week to keep this service affordable, so make sure that you're checking your inbox. Again, here's that discount code for Keen, and remember, it is pinned in my comment section. You don't want to miss the chance to get that first 10 minutes for $1.99. And with that, we're going to go ahead and hop right back into your reading. Let's pick your cards. Hey, pile number one, if you chose the Amethyst cluster, this is your pile. So we're just gonna sit that right there. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you in 2022. Okay, so we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. We have Temperance. We have the Moon. 6 of Cups in reverse. 9 of Swords upright, and 2 of Pentacles upright. So pile number one, what I'm picking up with this Temperance and this 2 of Pentacles is it's definitely going to be a year of patience. I would even say enough to say testing your patience, okay, with this 9 of Wands, but not necessarily. I just think that there are going to be a lot of things that you're going to have to wait on that you previously may have thought was a sure thing, is what I'm seeing. A lot of truth coming out, a lot of epiphanies, and I do think this is more so within yourself. So whether it's realizing that something isn't as easy as you projected it to be, especially for those who might be setting goals. So like if you're coming into this new year like this has to happen, that has to happen, blah 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 blah, there may be some things that might slow you down. I'm not going to lie to you. Whether I don't think it's more of an outside thing. I do think that this is internal. So whether it's pacing yourself or curbing your own expectation, or like I said, you might find out that like this isn't as easy as I thought it was, and I might need to take a little more time to do it. So that doesn't mean that you won't get it. It just more so means that you gotta kind of back up, slow down, give yourself some time. For some of you, I also feel like this is going to feel very delayed. It's going to be very frustrating because you may make those steps, but you may not get like the immediate accolades that you're used to for some of you. You know, especially if you're someone who's used to kind of getting a clap every time you complete something. I don't mean it like that. Wait. More so, let's say, you know, if you went to school, you got a degree. When you eat, you're full. Like those kind of things, you're not going to be able to get that instant gratification. There may be feeling like there's a pull and a block. And I want to tell you that it may have something to do with past issues. If you're holding on to anything in 2022 or from 2021, actually, and honestly, I feel like this is from before, like the past. If you're holding on to like old paradigms, old relationships, old ways of being, that stuff is blocking you. And I think you're going to realize how much in 2022. For some reason, I'm getting a strong therapy vibe from this group. Like, I don't know if you guys are getting therapy, physical therapy, mental therapy, some sort of therapy. And then you come to this epiphany like, oh, that's what's hiding in my subconscious. That's what I need to do something about. And then start to really just enjoy your journey. You'll learn to appreciate the little things. You'll learn to like the process more than you like the goal. By the end of the year, like I do think that this is kind of by the end of the year, because I could see some coming into the year struggling and like wanting to pull and push and like get things, take things, but in due time, balance everything out. Also, if you're a person who has a tendency to overwork, I got a feeling that it's not gonna go like that. Like I said, I think you're used to powering through. And this year just maybe like, yeah, power through, but like at a pace, a little bit at a time, a cookie crumb at a time. Like you're not going to be able to do it for whatever reason, whether something slows you down physically, like something like I don't even get, I want to say sickness, but I don't even get sickness. I get like having to move, or like an obligation makes you still, and like, you know, you have to handle that, but you want to do X, and it's like they're conflicting, something like that. But it ends up turning out very well towards the end of the year. You end up seeing a lot of balance. Some of you may be trying to get a pet, maybe a dog specifically. I see a lot of dogs here. I just felt the need to mention that. Doesn't have to be. And I'm picking up something with this Temperance card. If you see, Temperance card is always an angel of some sort, or some type of outer worldly being on these cards. Something about him is giving me very much so something about your night and your morning routine. There's something that you do at night or in the morning that isn't quite helpful, and you know what you need to do to fix it, but you're not quite doing it. So this may be the year that you learn to implement it, or this may be the year that you learn, I don't know, a different coping mechanism or something different. You start doing something different. I do feel like it's night though. No, it could be day, but I do feel like it might be a night, something in your night routine that you learn to take out. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what these blessings are going to be. What blessings are coming in? Ooh, Shay, look. I ain't asked for all that. I am going to take these two, but you don't need to have the deck, okay? So we got passion and talent, which they line right on up. Passion and talent. Clarity. What blessings are coming in? What type of blessings are coming in for pile number one? Happiness. Yes. One more. What blessings are coming in for pile number one in 2022? Thank you. Forgiveness. Woo. We were just talking about that. And reconciliation. The way your cards is lining up is beyond me. Okay. So I'm going to say this. Blessings, how I'm seeing it, how I'm reading it for you guys, is because sometimes I think we're always thinking like monetary, or like something you can touch, something you can feel, love, stuff like that. But I feel like sometimes the blessings be like in a really small thing. So I wanted to highlight things, different kinds of blessings, like patience, like passion, like talent, things of that nature. So for a lot of you, you may come into something that you are passionate about. I just heard very clearly hobby. It may not be something that you decide to make money with, so don't get attached to like, I'm going to make some money with this thing. You may not. You may decide that it's something that brings you joy, and you may want to keep it within yourself. I want to encourage somebody to keep it within yourself. Don't feel like you always have to monetize everything. Some things are for you to like just by yourself. But yeah, you may discover your passions and your talents again. And it also lines up with that idea that something's slowing you down. Like for some of you, you just need to learn more. If this is like a physical talent, like say you're a dancer, maybe you need to practice more. If it's a sport, or I guess that dance is a sport, but you know, whatever it is, you need to learn more about it before you're able to like fully jump in it, which is what's going to make you feel so stuck, because you know, like I said, you're so used to being good at it and running right into it, or A plus B equaling C. Like now you're actually going to have to work towards these things. But then I feel like, honestly, for this pal, I feel like you're going to have such a better understanding of yourself by the end of the year. Like, it feels good. I'll be honest with you. It feels good. It does feel frustrating, but it feels frustrating in a eventually you accept it kind of way. Like, at some point you're just like, you know what? I'm not going to be bothered. I'm not going to be stressed. And then you get to this happiness place, and you're happy and you're joyful, and you're just being and taking in the moment. Really, that's really y'all blessing this year, is learning to take in the little things, enjoying the rain outside, enjoying the laughter of your children. Like, something like just being able to be present in the moment is going to be like your jam this year. I got this big feeling. Forgiveness as well. Remember, we were talking about those relationships. Okay, so there may be someone that does try to come back in. Neither here nor there. I don't feel like this is somebody that you necessarily need to. Only you know if you need to reconcile with this person or not. Only you know. But I do feel like it is very important for you to forgive them, because if you're harboring that resentment, like, it is blocking you. It's blocking you so much. It's keeping you from creating new relationships. You may even notice that you're still triggered by certain things that person did in the past, and now you're like performing them in all of your other relationships. Like, it's really, really blocking you. So kind of opening up space and opening up your heart in that way to make room for something new. Forgiveness is for you. It ain't for nobody else. It's for you. I would even say forgiving yourself. I know this is probably gonna be so cliche, and I'm sorry, but I think sometimes we think that we're mad at someone else or a certain situation, but really we're mad at ourselves for like putting ourselves out there, or for being disappointed, allowing ourselves to be disappointed, stuff like that. But this year, you're really going to forgive. You're going to let yourself forgive, which is a beautiful thing. And I think that may come through reconciliation. I would even say that, like I said, it comes through an epiphany. It comes from you just realizing, like, why have I been holding on to this so long? Let me let this go, okay? I could see some apologies. And I could even see some connecting. For you getting your own connection with yourself, with your spiritual self. For some of us, it's emotional. Like, real clear for somebody. You get a deeper understanding of who you are inside. Especially if you're someone who had a tendency to be a little bit of a people pleaser, and you always did what made other people happy. I think this year you realize what makes you happy. Okay, my love? So let's go ahead and get into your lessons. I know y'all probably rolling y'all eyes. Oops. I'm not going to take those. Clarity. What does my pal number one need to learn? What will they learn in 2022? Ooh. Peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Period. You want to learn peace. What lessons does pal number one need to learn? Regret. That comes up a lot. I know that I cannot change the past. What other lessons will pal number one learn in 2022? Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to, and surrender. I released my need to control. What did we talk about? Your reading is lining up so much. There's this theme of orange and purple and blue. So perhaps your sacral chakra needs a little bit of healing, and a little bit of your third eye, and maybe your throat needs to be healed. And I think the throat will be healed with that forgiveness, and maybe even just speaking up about something that harmed you in the past. For some of you, that's like little kid stuff, like when you were really small, something that was done to you or said to you that you never let go, and you realize this year that you need to hear. Not even hear an apology, because for some of you, it won't be apology. They just won't give it to you. But for some of you, it's going to be needing to say that I needed you to take accountability. You needed to tell somebody that you needed them to take accountability. But yes, so you learn that you can't change the past. You learn that you can't control your situation. Like I said, like before, you so used to just being able to go after and get it, and it goes how you want it to go. This is going to be the year where you learn to just be like, I throw my hands up in the air, wave it like I just don't care. There may be a little bit of regret. I just picked up for somebody very specifically that you regret. It is the way that some of you handled something, but like how you handled something poorly. Because once you have this epiphany, you'll realize your wrongs too, for somebody very specific. And then you'll feel bad about that. But you'll also understand that like it happened the way it needed to happen, and there's nothing that you can really do. or you don't, or that you need to do to like fix it. It is what it is. As long as you're self-aware and like honest, what can you do? Peace, like I said earlier, learning to just enjoy the little things. I just really feel that like peaceful vibe. And then knowing that you can put your mind to anything. I want to say to you all, with this perseverance card, there's something here about you being able to trust that it's just going to happen. Just because it's moving slow doesn't mean it's not moving. Whereas before you would have probably given up or gotten like really mad. This time you're like, it is what it is. And I love that for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this out with your love life. I know you like, girl, you could have been did this. I know. But I want to see what, playing the field first out. What does pile number 1 need to know about their love life in 2022? What does pile number 1 need to know about 2022 and their love life? Who's walking who? Secrecy. Okay, pile number 2 1 is going on here. Okay, anything else for my pile number 1s and their love and relationships? Wow. Ooh. Chad is gonna need a whole spread by itself. Okay, so we said who's walking who. We got secrecy and stork. Those are the 2 that came out. Then we have wicked and the other. Then taking out the trash and try me came out as well. I'm not going to read them. Feel free to pause the video if you want to read any of those cards individually. But I do think a lot of you are player status this year. For the most part, you're either newly single or you've been single the entire time. You just, you're not really taking anyone serious. So you may have a lot of people on your roster. No judgment here. We don't judge. We don't judge around here. If you don't, there may be a lot of people who are interested in you, but you ducking and dodging. Like, you don't like nobody. But there is someone who might be controlling the narrative in your relationships. Now, this could be you, and this could be, you know what I mean, somebody else. But I feel like someone's controlling the narrative. They're probably keeping like a tight leash on. I really do feel like you're coming into the year with this person. Like they're keeping a tight leash on what kind of interactions are had, and like, how much they want to share. Like they're really keeping a tight leash, and you possibly end up having to cut them off, or vice versa. I ain't gonna lie to you, that you might have to cut them off due to their toxicity, because that's messing with your peace. Back to that not being able to control everything, you know what I mean? And I feel like this may be you just kind of like, look, if this how you gonna act, spare me, okay? And I'm here for it, okay? Don't let anybody waste your time. And if you wasting people's time, you can't be mad when they say they don't want you to waste their time no more. Okay? But like I said, don't there's some type of overpowering in the relationship as well. And like I said, this could be you, but this also can be this other person. But I feel like someone's keeping secrets, someone's keeping lies. Like, I'm gonna just tell it straight. I'm sorry that it's not going better than this, or like I don't see any change. This is just reading the energy for now. Who knows what could happen throughout the year? But as of now, it's a lot of secrecy and it's a lot of lies, but there is a cutoff point. Now, with this stork, this is talking about new ideas manifested, new additions, babies, children, family, good news, and inspiration. So some of you could be having a child at some point, or there's a child involved in this situation. So that's a silver lining, essentially. But honestly, babe, you've gotten all of the cards that you can get to say that somebody's going to have to go. They're going to get booted. Yep. Or they're just not who they say they are. Because this is so much admirer from afar, another person, another woman, hiding something, lie, cheat, beware, false portrayal. Like, there's so much secrecy that I do just feel like it also could just be, not that they lie like to you as far as cheating, but they lie to you as far as who they are. And you have this different perception of who they are, and then you have to discover like, oh, you the dude behind the curtain at the eyes. Like, I'm so random, but that's gonna be the vibe of it all, and you have to learn how to like to cut it off. And I do want to strongly say that to you all: cut off things that are stagnant. Some things are going to be just life, this year for you. Some of it is just going to be like, you just need to take your time. But for others of you, some things are legit wasting your time, and it's legit wasting your time, and it's in your best energy to just let it go without regret without harboring negative emotions. Like, just go ahead and forgive those people for that behavior. Because honestly, if someone's lying and cheating, it's no reflection of you. It's more so of a reflection of them. And it's not your job to try to get revenge, or it's not your job to try to expose them because they're that way. That's their problem, boo. I'll close this out with saying that I do think that it is a very like I said, it's a lot of self-discovery and a year for you to make things happen for yourself passion-wise. Okay, my love? But that's all I'm saying for you, pal number one. Thank you so much for watching this reading. If this resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe below. And follow me on IG for daily zodiac and spirituality content. I love you, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye. Hey, pal number two, if you chose the Selenite wand, here you go. It is time for your reading. Let's go ahead and hop right in. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Four of Swords in reverse. We have the Knight of Wands upright. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. Yeah, that's the wands. I had to check it. The Empress in reverse. And we have Seven of Swords. Woo, baby. Okay. I'm going to say off rip, I guess is the saying. I don't know. Definitely some avoidance energy somewhere in here in this reading. I don't know quite where, but I feel like somebody's avoiding something coming from 2021 into 2022. There's a little bit of avoiding other people's expectations, or like avoiding the pressure that other people put on you with this Ten of Wands in reverse, but also just almost avoiding some of your responsibilities. Some of you may have children. I'm really heavily picturing a mother, and not just because of the Empress card, y'all, but I'm really heavily picturing a mother who has like their kids, and they have their husband, and they have a house, and they have this and they have that, and they're just running ragged. And to be quite frank, babe, you're burnt out and you're not really expressing that. I'm gonna get the scenario out the way because this may not apply to all of you, but I feel like there's a mother who is very overworked, who has a lot on her plate, and she's doing a lot of whining. Not that you shouldn't, not because it's not deserved, or you don't have the ability to, or you shouldn't, but more so like you're doing whining and no one's really doing anything about it. So you may be like running around complaining, telling all your family members how like nobody helps you, or the dad doesn't help, or this person doesn't help. This could be a male as well, but I really am picturing a woman, and you're doing a lot of complaining, but no one's really helping you. And that's neither here nor there. That's not to say that you're a bad person, or anybody's a bad person. I just really keep picking that up, and I want to be able to tell you that that's probably what's going to go on. So I don't know. Ooh, and I just got a heavy ring in my left ear. Low pitch. So I'm definitely on to something. I'm getting very much, I shouldn't have said I don't know, because I do know. For those who have that many responsibilities, there's really nothing you could do aside from carving out time for you, because some responsibilities are not responsibilities that you can just drop. And of course, for those who have too many, that's exactly what I'm gonna say. Drop something has to get off of your plate. But for others of you, it's more of just carving out that time and being able to admit to yourself, like, I am really being ran ragged. I need a weekend, I need an hour, I need 15 minutes. You see what I'm saying? And like really carving out that time for yourself. That's like a definite. But for a lot of you, it's about coming into your power and letting go of people's expectations of you. Because for some of you, I just keep feeling like there's this voice, or there's this expectation, or there's this needing to be accepted, or there's this needing for people to agree with what you're trying to do. So like for some reason, for the parent scenario, if let's say you're trying to do something with your kids, you're trying to move your kids here for more assistance, or you're trying to do XYZ with your children, there may be a lot of people who would disagree, and that kind of hurts you because you're like, man, I need my family, or I need these people to agree with me for me to feel good. And please don't take away from that means you don't know how to stand on your own. It just more so means that it hurts that you don't have people back in your corner with the decision that you're making, okay? And I feel like you are going to need to let that go in 2022, that expectation, and do what you want to do, okay? One, because everybody don't all the way know what they're talking about anyway to be giving you any advice. Some people are just not even, you know what I'm saying, of the best intentions themselves, or they're projecting their own issues onto you. But for others of you, it's just simply like, you got to do what makes you happy. And at some point in 2022, you will. But I feel like there's a lot of adversity around it. Like, if you look at the way your cards are set up, this is technically in the middle. You know what I mean? This is in the middle. So you're, okay, I'm going to open up. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then there's just all of these like burdens on the other side. You know, you needing to ask for help. You being a little defensive even. You know, you might feel like you have to move in silence, or you might be keeping things away from other people because you don't want to hear like what they have to say. Or maybe that this is a person around you. Maybe there's someone in your life where, you know, you're bearing all the responsibility, but they're not being very helpful. You know what I mean? So whichever this situation goes, you're coming into your power and what makes you excited and happy. So whatever that may look like, if it is doing the thing that everybody disagrees with, if it is finding a new passion or finding a new direction to do something, I feel like you're going to be moving in silence, getting that thing done. But you have to let go of the expectations of other people, and you have to let go of that burnout. You don't have to struggle to get what you're trying to get, pile number 2. There's 2 different kind of people in your reading I want to address, pile number 2. There's someone who is very like afraid to take risk and like always holding themselves back and like just sticking to what feels comfortable. And then there's someone around who's very like willing to explore, like maybe a little scared too, but they're like, you know, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do it and I'll see what's on the other side of it. And if this is you, which I do feel like this is you that's willing to take this risk, like I said, I'm not going to tell you what to do with this person or with these people or with these circumstances, but I will say if it's going to improve your life, you have to do what's best for you. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, because I do think it's going to make you so much more happier. Especially like this smile she got on her face. She's living her best life, child. Horse running in the background. Like, she is excited and happy. And that's the energy you want to be out. You don't want this gray, negative, burnt out energy that you have. Okay, take time for self for sure before you rush into this, because I do think you're going to rush into it. Like, I do get this moving in silent, moving quickly kind of thing. Like, it's going to be a quick decision, whatever this is. But I also feel like you do need time to like recuperate and realize what you need, okay? Also, resources comes up a lot too. Like, lack of resources or having limited resources comes up a lot too. But I think it has a lot to do with those people who are not helping as well, or the situation that's not being assisted. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what your blessings are going to be, okay, pile 2? What blessings will pile number 2 experience in 2022? Woo! Yes! Confidence. What did we say? Relying on self. Feeling good about self. Family. We talked about children earlier with this Empress card. Little pregnant mommy, right? Clarity. What blessings are coming for pile number 2 in 2022? What do they need to know? All them 2s. 2022. Pile number 2. Manifestation. Okay. Manifestation coming good and through. Okay. Clarity. 1 card for my pile number 2s. What do they need to know about 2022? What blessings are coming from my pile number 2s in 2022? Thank you so much. Okay. Clarity. Ooh, one of my favorite cards in that deck. Okay, so I will say really quickly, pile number 2, your cards did a lot of loop-de-loop when I was trying to get them to come out. So I feel like there is a lot of energy that could be transmuted or changed depending on how you decide to handle it. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because of the confidence factor. The Queen of Wands is very confident. This Knight of Wands is very confident and very sure of themselves. They're happy, they're joyful, they're doing what they want, they feel passionate, they feel fulfilled. You know what I mean? But she's in reverse, which means that fire is burning out. I'm burnt out. I'm tired. I don't want to do it. I don't feel appreciated. I don't feel seen. I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But then you start to source that confidence yourself in 2022. You decide that, you know what? I'm going to do this without anybody's approval, anybody's, you know, cosign. I'm going to do this regardless. Or you have a newfound confidence. Like, it's not even that you need that you were looking for a cosign more than it's just like you may decide that you like a certain type of clothing, or you may decide that you prefer to wear your hair XYZ way, or you decide that doing this thing makes you feel good and that makes you gain confidence. And then there'll be people around you that may be like, what's gotten into you? Me. I became more of what I wanted to become, versus always trying to hide behind, not hide behind, but always being the backbone for once I'm going to be on top. You know what I mean? Because I feel like some of you may be very, very responsible. There's a lot of feathers here with this Four of Wands. She's in the nest. Four of Swords, I'm sorry, in the nest. And then I see some feathers here as well. So a lot of birds in this reading. I'm not even going to show you feathers here. So feathers may be a big thing. Black feathers specifically, doesn't have to be. You guys may see a lot of feathers, so that's a good sign for you this year. I also would say look up those feathers. So if you see white, look up the spiritual meaning of white feathers, spiritual meaning of black feathers, stuff like that. Pay attention to birds and their actions this year as well. Family is a blessing. We talked about family. Like I said, you may want to move your family somewhere. You may make decisions for your family. Maybe you get more of a family home, something more stable for your family. Maybe you just get closer with your family. You know what I'm saying? Whereas before you might have felt like an outcast, or you might have felt like you had to get things on your own or figure things out on your own. You become closer. Maybe there's someone that has been on the outside that comes back in. Something of that nature. So family gets better. Your manifestations, clarity in your manifestations for some reason come together. I feel like you get clear on your manifestations this year. So very specific message. Someone starts the year with very general manifestations, very general things they want to happen. I want to make more money. I want to make, I want to do this. I want to go to Paris. Like you start off very, very general, and something makes it abundantly clear. Like somewhere mid through the year, I wouldn't even say that, I would say like March-ish, April, you really get an idea of like what it is that you're trying to make, and then you start to see it happen. Like I said, whether it's you make this decision, you start doing this thing that makes you more happy, and it just starts to come very, very quickly, okay? But like I said, I'll be honest with you, there's some resistance here, whether that's from you or from other people. Your manifestation needed clarity. It needed clarity. You didn't really have clarity. You said you want to make more money. How much? You said you wanted to move. You know what I'm saying? Where? You said you want to go to Paris, France? Okay. Like where is it that what is it that you want, so that the universe can respond to it? Okay. So those are the blessings coming in for you. I don't see anything else, pile number 2, about your blessings. So let's see what's going on in your lessons. What is pile number 2 learning in 2022? What lessons will they have to learn? I'm going to go ahead and keep shuffling. What lessons will pile number 2 have to learn? Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. What lessons will pile number 2 learn? Trust. A lot of purple here. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Ooh, clarity. What lessons will pile number 2 learn in 2022? Acceptance. Ooh, a lot of purple, y'all. It's purple everywhere. So your third eye and above chakras may need some healing, some attention to. Wearing purple, eating purple. Google it. Okay. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. One more. Clarity for my pile number 2. Thank you. And happiness. Oh, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. That's the one. That's the one. That brings your reading together so good. Okay, so I'm going to say, like I told y'all earlier, see how happy she is? This is a silent message. You accepting who you are, you being honest about your situation, you trusting that things are going to go, you manifesting that thing, is going to bring happiness. Follow joy. Oh my God, I haven't said this in so long, but I have this concept where I always say, when you don't follow things that make you a little happy. I know some people say, do what sparks joy. That's how you should live your life. So if something makes you curious, if something makes you like to see, you watching TV and you like, I love that shirt. Okay, look, take this with a grain of salt. Don't spend all your bread. But I am saying, buy the shirt. You want to have a certain experience, save your money or set yourself up so that you can have that experience. You want to make changes, make some changes. If not, it may not even be that. Sometimes it's just accepting your situation for what it is and being able to say, like, this is cool, this is fine. You know what I mean? Like this is fine for now. I want better. I want more. But, you know, this is where I am now, and I'm progressing. I'm looking for what I'm going to progress. I will want to say, I just looked at manifestation and it just reminded me to say to you earlier, there will be a manifestation that does come true though. But again, it's going to take some clarity. So it'll be almost like a quick turnaround, because once you get clarity, it's like you'll almost immediately receive it, and then you'll be like, so just a note. But yeah, so there's something going on there, that honesty, that trusting yourself, because I think that whatever this is that you're trying to do, there is going to be some self-doubt. Like I said, there are going to be some self-doubt, some people doubting you, maybe putting little seeds in your head, maybe you putting seeds in your own head, and then you'll want to question what it is that you said you want to do, but you need to trust that that's what you need to do. Follow your joy. Follow your joy in 2022. Whatever makes you happy. Without harm to other people, without recklessness, of course. Like, we all know better, but the more you are you, pal number 2, the more excited you're going to feel about life. Like I said, if you need to carve out 15 minutes, carve out 15 minutes. Find it, make it. You know what I mean? You got to hide in the bathroom, hide in the bathroom. Okay? Do what you got to do to get your peace. Whatever that thing is that you're chasing after, okay? Clarity for my pal number 2s. What do they need to know about their love and relationships? Okay, so we're going to move into your love and relationships portion to see what's going on there. What does pal number 2 need to know about their love and relationships in 2022? What are they experiencing? Taking out the trash. Me and my ego. And feel free to pause the video if you need to like look at these a little closer. Proposal. Okay. 2 more cards. What will my pal number 2 experience in their love and relationships in 2022? Thank you. Sorry, not sorry. I just heard, I'm sorry, I can't be perfect. I don't know what the song is called, but I like that song. And I don't know. I'll come back to that. 2 more cards. My pal number 2 experience in their love and relationships in 2022. Any other messages? Glam it up. 1 more. Anything else? Thank you. The Siren. Okay. Yeah. Well, I would say you will be looking better. That's the thing. You definitely gonna be looking good. Remember what I said earlier? Like, you said you want to say you had purple child, and you like purple just is. I'm feeling it. That purple child within reason. Now, if you know you got a corporate job and you can't have no purple hair, don't be doing too much. But you feel what I'm saying. Definitely gonna be looking better. Some of you could be changing your style. Some of you probably could be being more social and or putting yourself in more uncomfortable situations with this Glam It Up and this Siren card. Like, I get this very like sexy vibe. And sorry, not sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry, I can't be perfect. Like, I'm getting for somebody that specifically, like you're someone, or maybe you are just tired of apologizing for who you are or who you want to be. You're tired of apologizing for your ways of being. And like I said, this could be someone else. Like, they're just really, really tired of trying to be something that they are not. Okay. And you're just sick of it, and you're just not going to do it anymore. And we love that for you, okay? Now, there could be somebody coming in with a fake apology, but I really don't feel that. I don't feel like there's any fake apology. There could be someone that comes in with some friction and like having an attitude about something. Somebody is harboring some resentment. So do watch out for that, because there is some healing and some spring cleaning going on, like taking out people. But I do feel like this is more of like a healing thing. Now, for some of you, there is a possibility that somebody comes in with a proposal or some type of surprise gift or some type of unexpected proposal to go to the next level with you. But this is going to take, okay, I'll be honest, I don't feel like this is outright like a proposal or somebody asking you to be with them or something like that. I do think that this is going to take some ego clashing. This is going to take somebody getting over their attitude, somebody getting over their feelings about something like that. It's going to be easier said than done. Be careful for somebody just apologizing so that they can get what they want, or just coming in so they can get what they want from you, and vice versa. Because sometimes the air don't need to be clear. Like, sometimes it just is what it is. Somebody being mad at you, sometimes it just isn't your problem. You know what I mean? And it sucks, and I know that that's hard to hear, but some relationships just have to go. And if you know that that's the truth, but the only reason why you're coming back is because, dang, I hate us being mad at each other, that's different than I know I'm genuinely wrong and I want to fix it. So be careful for energies like that. But you're definitely clearing up negativity. Anything that you don't want to stay anymore, you're not staying. Honestly, you some of you are showing out. You're showing out, you're showing up, and you're showing out. Almost a complete 360 by the end of the year. Almost a complete 360. I see more self-love. So if you lose anybody this year, it will be because you decided to love yourself more than, trying to do what they needed you to do. Okay, my love? But that's all I'm saying for you in 2022. I wish you the best. If this reading resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe below. And follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates and other spiritual content. Remember that I love you, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye. Hey, pal number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Rhodonite heart, here we are. Let's go ahead and hop right in. We're going to set that right there. So we have the High Priestess in reverse. We have the Three of Swords upright. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Justice in reverse. Five of Swords. Look, Five of Swords in reverse. Okay. Ooh, pal number 3. This is my trouble pal. Y'all are in trouble, child. Okay, so there's two storylines that I'm picking up from this, which is crazy that I got this Rhodonite heart is because there's some healing. There's some emotional healing, emotional addressing that needs to go on. But one direction is you are missing the point, like you are not addressing something that you completely need to be addressing, whether it's emotions that you have, whether it's truths that you're avoiding, whether it's you just not picking up or you're just not picking up signs. Like I feel like there's someone is throwing signs at you, letting you know how they feel or what they need, and you might be ignoring them, or like maybe you're getting signs from the universe that you need to do something different, leave your job, like something, and you are just like, when I say it's going over your head, girl, you is just not catching it at all. And then for others of you, there's a sense of just trying to hide from something that you know is true. It shows up here, it shows up here, it shows up here, it shows up here. You are hiding from something. Someone is hiding from something, and it needs to be addressed. Now, if this is, for some of you, this could be heartbreak. There's some type of loss that you're experiencing. It doesn't have to be romantic heartbreak, although it could be. This could be simply losing a family member. Knock on wood. This could be, losing the loss of an idea or like a dream that you had. Or just some old pain that you just are holding on to, and you haven't quite addressed in 2022. I'm sorry to report this. I'm sorry that it's not more positive about what I'm picking up for your year. But I feel like in order for any of this to change, it just needs to be addressed. So your main message for 2022 is the truth needs to come to the light. That's it. Whatever the truth is. So if you haven't been being honest with yourself, if you haven't been being honest with others, it needs to come on. It needs to come on out. So some of you may bury yourself into work. You may bury yourself into like responsibilities, making money, overworking, like whatever the case may be. Like that's like the only card that's like not about feelings and lies. So there's just something that you just need to come into terms with, or you need to get more of a balanced energy in 2022. I just really do think you're starting the year, coming into the year with this kind of a little bit of baggage, okay? Now, for some of you, this could be moving in silence after so much pain. Like you've dealt with so much in 2021 or even 2020, and you're still grappling with it. So you're keeping things to yourself and you're kind of going into work. But this is the year that it needs to be addressed. This is the year that it needs to come out. That's the best way that I can say it. Balancing your energy, balancing the way that you emote to other people. Because I'll be honest, somebody childish. Okay, somebody is really, really childish that I'm seeing here. They're not honest about how they feel. They may be playing like emotional games all throughout the year. Just all in effort to avoid this heartbreak, all in effort to avoid, you know, having to feel this thing. Like I said, it could be you, and this could be someone else that you just have to see all the time. And you just like, I just want peace. Look at him. He like, I just want some peace. Why can't I get no peace? Like, what's going on? And I feel like you can't get peace because of these emotions that you're not addressing. This has the potential to be better and get better, but you're just blocking yourself. Okay, so let's see what blessings are coming in for you. What blessings are coming for pile number 3 in 2020? What blessings are coming for pile number 3? Woo. Yeah. That's too funny. Lightening your load. You need to lighten your load, but I think that your load will be lightened, but I'll get into that. Obviously, blessings. What kind of blessings? Spirit guides, what blessings are coming in for pile number 3 in 2022? What will they experience? What blessings are coming in for pile number 3? Did I say 2? I hope I didn't say 3. I mean, yeah. You're 3. Okay. New beginnings. You may need to check out pile number 2. New beginnings. Passion. Finding. Okay. Finding self. I don't feel like that is it. I don't. I'm going to get one more. Clarity. Thank you. Compassion. I would even argue that there's more, but I ain't going to argue with spirit, okay? So there's going to be some compassion had, lightening your load. So definitely, okay, unburdening yourself, I guess is the word, is the what I'm looking for. So anything that you've been carrying, like we were saying, you're going to realize that you don't need to carry all of that by yourself. You can let go. You can lighten. You can not be perfect. You can have an off day. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're someone who typically keeps it together, it's okay for you to be off a little bit off the hinges. This is uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Some of this is uncomfortable. None of this is normal. It's okay for you to not be okay. And I feel like you're going to start seeing the necessity in that and being able to fall apart. And this could even be in the form of someone helping you lighten your load. So like for some of you, this could be, you know, you just getting some help for some things, or somebody coming through and say, you know, you don't have to do that. You don't have to overwork like that. I got you. Balancing things out, remember? So maybe delegating some of your tasks if you're not good at that, giving someone else a chance to come in and do some of the labor that you're putting on top of yourself. There's definitely like some type of kind act or some type of love or some type of possible material blessing that could be coming in. But I do just think that this comes in the form of what seems like is going wrong is actually in preparation to go right. For a very specific person, if you are worried about a breakup, and for some of you, this is not even a breakup. This is a relationship that you had a lot of hope on, and it turns out that it's not all that, or that person is not who they say they are, or that like it's not going to turn out the way you want it to. Rejection is your protection in that situation. You get a chance to start over positively for yourself. You know what I mean? You get a chance to start a new beginning with someone who has the same intentions with you. Same with other things. If you're losing a job, if you're knock on wood, or if you're losing some type of ability, now you have a chance to start something new. Find your passions. Find yourself, okay? Finding things that bring you joy. Finding things that are not attached to whatever you were attaching yourself to before. You find something different. Whatever you feel like you're losing, you gain something else in 2022. Okay, so that's going to be a blessing within itself. I don't think you're going to see it as a blessing right away. I think it's going to take some time for you to see it that way. But once you do, it'll be like a breath of fresh air. And then also just having compassion. Now, this could be, for some of you, it is for other people, because you might be a little tough, and you may have a tendency to see things kind of black and white and be like, things should be this way, that way, whatever the case may be. But I think you just kind of understand that people sometimes, it's okay for people to be people. It's okay for you to be people. Like I said earlier, it's okay for you to fall apart sometimes. Okay? Have compassion for yourself. Be patient with yourself. You don't always have to be on top of everything. You don't always have to be perfect. And if you need a break, you need a break. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's not even a break, I guess. If you just need to step away from something that makes you miserable, or you're overwhelmed, or you're overheated, or you're over emotional, take a moment. Let yourself have it. Scream at the moon. You know what I mean? I am saying some howling. I feel like I saw a wolf or something earlier in here. No, I didn't. I seen him screaming. You see how he's screaming? He is like, oh my God, I cannot. It's okay for you to say that. I get a very masculine energy from this pal, and it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be male, but it's a very masculine energy. Like, this is someone who really keeps it disciplined, really keeps themselves together. And so when it's not together, everything just feels like the worst for you. Clarity for my pal number 3. What lessons will they learn in 2022? What lessons do they need to learn in 2022? Thank you. I'm gonna leave that where it's at. Discipline came out earlier. It says, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Then there was empathy. What were we talking about? I am open to seeing both sides of the situation. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And perseverance. A lot of purple here. So your third eye chakra may need clearing, or at least addressing. Perseverance, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. That message is twice. So yes, you can you can do whatever you set your mind to. Back to that passion too, especially if you discover a new passion and you're questioning if it's able to make you money, or if it's able to be something successful, or be something that you're good at. Yes, but it's just gonna take some time, like everything else. A little bit of practice, a little bit of time. Also, being open to another person's situation. Like I said, someone might be hiding and lying and deceiving and keeping secrets. I'm not saying forgive them. I'm not saying you got to be passive and you got to not hold any hard feelings, because that's inevitable. But I will say, don't let those feelings turn into bitterness, because at that point, you're just poisoning yourself. It's not doing nothing for them. So don't let yourself get bitter. Try to find empathy within the situation. And also understand that some things are just going to change. So like I said, you may be bitter that the situation is changing. You may be bitter that the relationship is ending. You may be upset that, you lost something that you really, really wanted in your life. Be patient with yourself. Things change. Things evolve. Let yourself feel. Let yourself be upset. But don't live there. Because living there, that's how we get stuck. That's how that becomes our personality over time. You better than that. Okay? So empathy, perseverance, discipline, and change. That's your lessons for 2022. So let's see what's going on in your love and relationships, and then we're going to close this out. What does pile number 3 need to know about the love and relationships? Rocking it. And you can pause those if you want to see the cards more detailed. What's going on in pile number 3's love and relationships in 2022? What are they experiencing in love? What are they experiencing in their love and relationships in 2022? Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. What are they experiencing in their love and relationships in 2022? Thank you. So, of course, I said we have rocking it here. Me and my ego came out. Ooh. Why? And I'm going to pair that with Just So Done. The Siren. Gratuity. And blowing bubbles. Definitely some change in relationships. Very frustrated, maybe mentally tapped, stressed out with this why and Just So Done in some relationship in your life. It does not have to be romantic, but it definitely could be. I feel like you keep replaying something over and over in your head with this me and my ego. That says it at the bottom, but I feel like there's like a situation that you keep coming back to and you're like, ooh, I should have said it. Ooh, why did they do this? Ooh, like I said, somebody's moving funny or someone's being very, very childish, and it's so irritating that you keep coming back to it because you keep trying to find solutions, or you keep trying to find like the one thing. Why did it go that way? Why did they say that? Why did I say that? Whoa. Like you keep trying to find little differences, but it's the same situation, and it's honestly just frustrating you. because this could be someone completely separate. But if you can manage to let that go, there's definitely going to be some positive changes in your relationship. There's a sweetheart here. There's someone coming in that's trying to bring some love. Now, for some of you, this person, like eventually they're going to apologize, but I don't get that. For some of you, this is a person who has been kind of waiting on the sidelines, hoping that you'll notice them. And they want to love you, and they want to be in your life, and they want to bring that romance into your life. That's why I say it may be best for you to kind of let what they call it, let lying dogs lie, whatever, whatever people say. It may be time to let some of that stuff go, because you're gonna miss this lesson trying to be frustrated with this. Okay, that's only for some of you. Now, like I said, this could be completely split. Some of you are having great relationships. You're really enjoying yourself. You're going out. You're going to concerts. Like, there might be a concert that's very important to you and someone this year. You know, this could be like someone, I just saw somebody posting somebody on social media, and I know that doesn't seem important, but for somebody very specific, they don't get posted, or they haven't been posted before. So it feels good to get posted. Very abundant, very fun, very happy, loving, exciting relationships. But I do feel like for most of you, it's in between. Like, it's a half and half. You're dealing with a mess, and then once you get out of that mess, you go to something better. Or you're even happy single. Like, you end up finding your confidence without that person, and being grateful to be single and be away from that negativity and getting into something beautiful. And for somebody very specific, someone may help you through whatever this loss is, which is why you figure out like how much of a sweetheart they are, because you may not even be focused on relationships because of everything that's going on. And then this person kind of like nurses you back to health. And it doesn't have to be a person. This could be a set of people too, but that's what I'm sensing. Okay, my love? But that's all I see for you, pal number 3. Thank you so much for watching this reading. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below. And follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates and other spiritual content. I hope that you are having an amazing day and a even better 2022. I love you. Bye. Hey, pal number 4, if you pick the Citrine, or what do they call this? Heat treated amethyst. For all my crystal police out there, this pal is for you. Let's go ahead and hop right in. So you have the Ace of Wands in upright. The 10 of Swords in upright, Strength in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse, Death in reverse, and the Fool upright. Yellow may be a big color for you for some reason, or we could be focusing on our solar plexus chakras, because it's yellow everywhere around here. Okay, it's a very interesting energy, because there's definitely a lot of starter energy. You're probably going to want to start new things. You're probably going to be feeling creative, inspired. Maybe you're starting off fresh in something, whether that's a new job, a new city. For some reason, I'm feeling the need to say maybe even new relationships and new passions. Definitely a lot of newness and a lot of new energy. But there's like this need to kind of rein it in, because I feel like you may want, because of this new creative and inspired energy, there may be a lack of direction to some degree. So you may just want to like just do whatever floats your boat, or run after whatever floats your boat. You're running, which is a great thing. You're doing things, but you may not have much of a plan. Especially I feel towards the beginning of the year. Like, I feel like you want to hit the ground running, which is great, but you're hitting the ground running without very much like, okay, how is this going to end up? Or for some of you, I just feel like your mind is chasing every little thought. So some of you is chasing every little person. I'm sorry, don't shoot the messenger. I had to throw that out there. For somebody very specific, you are chasing after multiple people just because it looks fun, it looks good. That friendship looks cool, that person looks cool. And you're not really getting solid at some point during the year. So it's very, very important that you allow yourself to get like settled into something. Lizards may be important. I know that's so random, but I feel like lizards may be a very important concept for you in this year as well. I feel like there's also going to be a little bit of character development with the 10 of Swords. Something that's said, something that's done, something painful may bring you to a realization in 2022, and you may start reflecting on what it is that you need to do to fix these things. Now, this does talk about like a lot of thoughts, a lot of overwhelming thoughts, feeling stressed, pain and loss, and maybe backstabbed. That's a possibility. And for some of you, it comes in the form of gossip. Something's said, something's done, something that you don't know about. But for others of you, I just genuinely think that it's just a discovery of some sort that kind of puts things into perspective, and you realize like, okay, I need to get my life together. And for some of you, it is some people gossiping about the fact that you don't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? But I'm going to say it as quickly as possible. Ignore the haters. Yes, find what it is that you're doing and you know, get yourself together and figure that out. But you're new. Like I said, it's a new beginning. You're new to where you're going. You're new to what you're trying to experience. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it's going to happen. It's going to look like that for a little bit of time. But after a while, it starts to make sense. Just make sure that it's not destructive, I think would be my biggest warning for you, pal number 4, is to making sure that it's not destructive adventure or self-discovery. I want to pull another card. Clarity. What can pal number 4 expect in 2022? One more card. Just one card, Spirit Guides. Clarifying. What can pile number 4 expect in 2022? King of Wands. Yeah. King of Wands energy. This is very confident energy. Y'all have a lot of wands in y'all reading, so some of you could be fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Does not have to be. Yeah, but there's a strong confidence here. So you're very sure of yourself. I would even say towards the end of the year, you get even more sure than what you started with, because like, remember, we got the Fool here, but then we end with that King of Wands. So it could be very much so that you start the year very all over the place and then you end it with some positivity. But honestly, a lot of arrogant energy has to go, because, and this could be another person as well, because I do feel like there might be a younger person that's a little childish that might be causing issues as well. But there's a certainty that you have this year that is admirable and beautiful and great for starting projects, but it may not be so great if it never adds up to anything. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like I keep picturing a person who just a lot of unfinished projects, and you may rightly so. Like, life could be getting in the way, things could be getting in the way, so you may rightly so not finish these projects. But finding that discipline and not being destructive, okay, will be like key. So let's go ahead and clarify. Let's see what blessings are coming in 2022. What blessings do you have? What blessings are coming from my pile number 4 in 2022? Thank you. Protection. Yes. What blessings are coming in for my pile number 4s in 2022? What blessings are coming in for my pile number 4? What blessings are coming in for them? Home. Clarity. What blessings are coming in for my pile number 4 is fertility. And I was, now that's the second little pregnant lady I done seen. Some of you may have some babies coming in. Confidence. We'll be talking about that. Anything else? What other blessings are coming in for my pile number 4s in 2022? As I was going to put it down, closure. Okay, go ahead. Your blessing this year is kind of having that protection, that home. There are multiple storylines I get from this. One storyline is you may actually get a home. Like, you may actually purchase a home. Your home becomes more peaceful. Your home becomes more whole. You may add a baby to the equation at some point. If not a baby, again, a new baby, a new project, a new seedling of sort, adds some stability to your life. You're definitely like a conduit of ideas this year. Very, very creative. Please express that in some type of way. Like I said, get that out somehow, whether it's actual art, whether it's problem solving, get that art out, because if it does nothing else, it's going to make you feel better. Just make sure that it has foundation. And I think that that's the blessing that you're going to find, is that you're going to feel comfortable making those type of leaps, because at some point you're going to feel like it almost feels like you have a protective layer around you. Like I said, the second storyline I'm feeling is that some of you are being given the space to explore. So like for my younger people, you're in college and you know, it's that time where you literally get to just figure out who you are. For others of you, you move somewhere and you get to reinvent yourself. For others of you, it's, you know, like spiritually, you're protected to a point where you can be destructive this year and it'll actually like work out for you in a positive way. Like it's like you're still going to be good, you're still going to be protected. Do what you need to do. That's the kind of energy. You see how she falling back and she don't have no question in her mind that she gonna be all right. That's the idea here. Like you are protected, very much so, heavily protected. You may even realize how protected you are this year, because there may be something crazy that goes on and you be like, I don't know how I made it through that. Okay. And then you realize like, oh, it's because I'm protected. You know what I mean? Confidence, we talked about that as well. Getting more confidence. I honestly think the confidence is already there. Yes, there's something that might shake you. Yes, there's something that may, you know, put you on your back or throw you off a little bit. But I don't know. I just feel like it's reinforced this year. Your confidence gets reinforced. Again, just making sure that confidence doesn't spill over into arrogance. And not that I think that you are pal number 4. I just think that someone may be reading you that way and then they try to cause problems. But we're talking about blessings, whatever. That's your blessing. Your confidence up, your fertility's up. There's a blessing coming in. You're creating, whatever you're creating is protected. Your home is protected. And then also getting closure on a situation. Like I said, something makes you start reflecting. I don't 100% feel like this is a relationship that's closing. I just feel like you get like some answers. And I would even say you're cleaning up house and shop. This could be emotional, but this also can be like physical, where you decide you need to clean up and make room for things that are better. So getting a lot of closure on a lot of situations that maybe have held you back. Like I said, if there is some type of gossip around you, or like you discover that someone's like criticizing you negatively, I don't know, close that up. Or think less on it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of positivity coming in that way. Definitely some babies for some of y'all. I'm sorry. If you wasn't looking for it, it may be coming. Or at least birthing some ideas, for sure. Okay. Okay. Courage came out. So let's see what lessons you're learning. What lessons is pal number 4 learning in 2022? Wow. Okay, so what came out first is courage. I find the inner strength to face my fear with confidence. Remember that confidence? Okay, period. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Clarity. What lessons is pal number 4 learning? Self-esteem. I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Love, I commit to the practice of seeing good in all things. Yes. Remember yellow, orange. So sacral and solar plexus chakras may need some addressing. Maybe even a little bit of the third eye chakra and a little bit of the heart chakra. Okay. Something about insurance is important, y'all. It may not be for a lot of you, but there's somebody out there that needs to be paying attention to their home insurance. Or like some sort of insurance is important. It's going to like come through. That's neither here nor there. There's a lot of trusting regardless of the chatter that's going on, like really just diving into whatever it is that you want to dive into. I feel like you start to kind of have a level of trust about your direction. And you realize that like you don't need to know where everything is going, because I don't really get, there's another pal that I feel like is used to things going a certain way because they plan everything. I feel like you might not be the same way. Like you may be the same way, but the execution comes out differently. Something is new for you. It may not be that everything is always is new, or like you're always sporadic or all over the place. I feel like this might be a first time thing for some of you too, for you to just be in a brand new place and to be doing something brand new. And this may take a lot of courage, and this may take a lot of like, I don't need to know everything that's going on. I'm gonna just go for it and I'm gonna see how it goes. And I feel like you really learn to embrace that throughout the year. There also needs to be some sort of self-awareness that you may be avoiding. I just heard very clear for somebody very specific. There's that gossip that was going on that we were talking about earlier, or that like disdain that someone may have for you or somebody's messiness serves a slight purpose to bring something to your attention that you may have been ignoring for a while. Now, that doesn't mean take it on as your personality. That doesn't mean that everything that person is saying is absolutely correct, but they may put you on to something that you have been avoiding, or they may even lead you to a thought process that you may have been avoiding. So that may be a lesson that you learn as well. And then just appreciating your gifts and being willing to express those gifts as well. I don't know why, but I get this very much so, like I want to tell you so bad, pile number 4, to not fight something or someone very specifically. Not physically fight, but like you want to go against someone else's opinion. And I know I've seen in previous videos where people get mad when I say that, but I feel like there's very much so power in silence sometimes. There's very much so power in not always being reactive. Now, obviously, if somebody's doing something crazy to you, like, by all means, I'm Aries, I feel you. But if this is something that you know that if you react negatively to, it's going to cause mayhem for you too, not just them, but like you're also going to be in trouble. You're also going to be in a bad place. You need to weigh if that's worth, like you getting that second of satisfaction is worth years of discomfort or months of discomfort. You know what I mean? For somebody very, very specific. But yes, trying to find the love in everything, trying to not be so reactive. That's big as well. And then working on your own self-esteem. There's a lot of confidence here. I think whatever this new thing is that you find yourself running into is going to bring you some confidence as well. Okay, so let's see what's going on in your love and relationships. What messages do you have for my pile number 4 in 2022? What are they experiencing in their love and relationships in 2022? What do they need to know? Looking closely. Bride. Feel free to pause if you want to read them in detail. Clarity. Girl with the popcorn. 3 more cards. What my pile number 4 experiencing their love and relationships? That one kept trying to come out. Stork. Child. Somebody having a baby. Okay. I done seen stork babies everywhere. So what does pile number 4 need to know about their love and relationships in 2022? What would they experience? What do they need to know? Blast from the past and in guard. There is some type of commitment that's coming in, y'all, and take that with a grain of salt. Yes, there's bride here. For some of you, it is a proposal. For some of you, it is a new baby. Those are both commitments. But there's also like a commitment to, you know, make a phone call every week to your parent. A commitment to stick with something, you know, stick with someone or stick with something through a certain time of adversity. Something of that nature. There's a commitment that definitely comes into play. You may take a back seat in a lot of relationships this year, but not in a negative way. I just think you'll start paying a lot more attention to things with other people. Be careful about, like what we talking about earlier, be careful about making messes. Like I said, going out in excess, escapism, little regard for consequence, creating a mess and not paying attention. Like I said, don't be destructive, especially in your relationships. You may want to be. Heck, they may even deserve it, okay? But like I said, is that one moment of satisfaction going to actually bring you some pleasure going forward? Home. You see, bride, babies, home, protection. Like you're creating a foundation, or you have a foundation of some sort. Whether that's a good support system or an actual home, or if there's something that's going to be solid. Someone may come back from the past. They do talk about an ex. Someone, something, a situation from the past returns older. That's very possible for an ex to return. But I do feel like this may be a situation that you thought that you were finished with comes back for you to handle. Okay, and so don't end up making the same mistake twice for some of you. Okay, and then for some of you, it's this in guard. It's this person that puts you on guard. They call you with that BS, and you like, okay, you want to fight and you want to figure out. But this may be something you may like I said, take more of a back seat on. Don't feel the immediate need to like fight about it. See where they're coming from, not so they can have the best of you or best over you, they can best you, but more so you can see what their angle is before you react. Okay, give some things some time. Honestly, like I said, it's very scattered. Your reading is very scattered intuitively for me. So I hope this helped. I hope that this gave you some type of clarity for 2022. It's not all bad. It's actually quite a positive reading. It's just a matter of you honing in any destructive tendencies that you brought from 2021. Okay, my love? Thank you so much for watching this reading, pal number 4. If it resonated for you, please go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe below. And follow me on IG for daily zodiac updates and spiritual content. I hope that you are doing amazing, and I hope you have an even better new year. I love you. Have a good day. Bye.